is KLST News at 5.
Welcome back. San Angelo Police Chief Travis Griffith in the studio with us for a few minutes, taking time out to talk to us about what a busy 4 days it's been since Friday, July 4th.
Yes, it has been a crazy time for everybody.
And you all have been so busy working to keep not only everything going, but to keep people informed, I think, about what's going on, and that's what we're going to do now. Let's start with what it was like for you in the police department early before dawn or as the sun was coming up Friday morning.
Yeah, it really started about 2 a.m. when the rain started, and then at that 4 a.m. mark for us, we started seeing real heavy rain. I got the call at about 6, and between 6 and 7 in the morning, that there was major flooding going on, and I got dressed and headed out. I think like many of the first responders, when we started getting a fair assessment as the sun started to rise, we started to really see the magnitude of the damage. I remember whenever I was going past the underpass that were there at Bell Street in Houston Heart, and I saw there was a fire truck that was underwater, and I turned and was able to access Pulliam Street, and I saw there was a house there on Pulliam. I knew that the magnitude was pretty large, so we started working on a unified command between the fire department and the police department to be able to start really addressing this in the most efficient way.
What is it like for you all when sections of town are pretty much impassable? You know, you can get to one area, but you can't get to another. You couldn't get down Bell Street, you couldn't get down Pulliam. You couldn't get around anywhere around the Coliseum. How do you coordinate a response when there's so many areas that are cut off by flooding?
Yeah, so it's frustrating is the best way to put it, because we're all trying to get to these different locations, and
for rescues too, and people off the tops of their homes.
Yeah, you don't know who's going to be able to get it from which angle, especially in the dark. You know, as that sun started to rise, it was hard for us to be able to know how will you be able to get through there. So some guys were able to procure boats and get some small rafts. We had some John boat at one part, it's a flat bottom boat, and they were able to try to get some people in there on that. The most difficult, I think, part is that you're frustrated because you know you have people you can't get to. And we were listening to those kind of things as they were going on the radio. There were so many rescues going on at one point during that we don't even really have the number. We know it was somewhere just below 1,000, just below 100 is kind of the mark, but we had 990 phone calls in about a 3-4 hour window.
From people who were frightened for their lives.
Yes, needing services or somebody calling about something, and it was just such a massive amount of water so quickly that it was hard to keep up.
Well, now we move forward after a wonderful response by, like you say, emergency responders and volunteers and city and county and state and federal officials. The next step now is these Texas emergency management crews, which will actually be going into neighborhoods with cameras documenting damage.
Yes, ma'am. They've already started that heavy today with volunteers and people from the city. We had a great response with that today. I think they said there was right at 900 people were assessed today, which is a huge number.
Any suggestions for people who still need help or haven't been able to feel like they haven't been able to get assistance?
Yes, so they can go to Paul Ann from 12 to 6 Monday until Friday. So it's going to be going out there, and they can get signed up. So if you need a hotel room, you need to get financial assistance, or you need help getting clothing or any type of cleaning supplies, they generally have that out there. You can go to sanangelo.gov/July 4. Don't add the TH, just July 4, right? And that's going to have all the information that everybody's kind of pouring their information to that website. And there's going to be links on how to clean up, right? Because that's important to make sure that we keep those things separate as we go through.
Trash separate on your lawn, even though you don't like the looks of it.
100%. But that's going to help us with funding. Even if you have a small amount of damage compared to what some people
out on the lawn.
Put everything out there, and then also document it. You can go that iStat, or ask somebody if you don't know. Go to that website and we'll explain it. Download an app. You can do it on the website, I believe. Get that information to us because it's going to help us get that federal funding quicker.
All right, Chief Griffith, nice to see you.
Thanks for having me.
Sure.